Hey there, I'm Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. So today's video is my TBR for the Get Graphic With It Readathon. So if you don't know what the Get Graphic With It Readathon is, it is a readathon that focuses on mainly reading graphic novels, comics, and manga, basically with anything with images as part of the narrative. This readathon runs from the 1st to the 7th of October, and it is hosted by myself, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, and April Sarah. So basically we're all extremely excited about this readathon, and I know that quite a few of you are because you've left comments on things and getting involved. There is actually also a giveaway associated with this readathon where 3 people can win a $20 book depository voucher, so I mean that's definitely worth getting involved in. So if you want to know more about that, please do head to my announcement video, which I'll link down below, and you'll be able to find out more about it there. So now it's time for giving you guys my TBR. And yes, I'm sat on the floor today, and yes, I have not got my light set up the way that I would normally have my light set up because it's late on a weekday and I am basic, so yeah. So challenge number 1 is to begin a new series. So for that one I chose Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory. Basically what I know about this graphic novel is that it's in a future where meat is banned, and if this guy eats something then he can pretty much taste its entire life story. And I mean really that's all I know about it. I think there is some sort of like other element, he gets put to work by the FBI or something because of his talent, but that's literally all I know about this graphic novel, and I've only heard positive things about it. Plus it's an image graphic novel, and I have been reading a few graphic novels and I've noticed that I really like image graphic novels, so this seems like a really good one to try out. Challenge number 2 is to read a graphic novel or comic or manga or whatever. I'm just saying graphic novel again. But challenge number 2 is to read a graphic novel which is over 200 pages. So for that one I've chosen Watchmen by Alan Moore because I've wanted to read this forever. I actually enjoyed the film of Watchmen. I know this is nothing like the film and there's much more going on and it's much smarter than the film, but I have wanted to read it since I watched that film, and you know, I'm really interested to see how different it is and what actually happens in it, and I can finally say that I've read Watchmen. Well, I hope so, I hope I read it, so that's what I plan to read. Challenge number 3 is to read a graphic novel with a female protagonist. So for this one I have gone with Fun Home, which I believe is a biography or like an early life sort of biography of Alison Bechdel, the originator of the Bechdel test. And the Bechdel test, if you don't know, is basically examines how women are treated in media, and it's really interesting. So I'm really interested to see what that particular woman, her life was like, and I've heard really good things about this one as well, so I can't wait to read it. So challenge number 4 is to read a graphic novel in black and white, and for this one I have not chosen a graphic novel. I've chosen my very first manga that I'm ever planning to read. That is One Punch Man, because One Punch Man is a fantastic anime and I appreciated it so much, and I was like, what shall I pick as my first manga to ever actually try and read? And it hit me. Forgive the pun, please. Basically, One Punch Man is about a guy who lives in a city which is just besieged by monsters all over the place, and he can pretty much take anything out in one punch, and he's like finds nothing a challenge. It's really very funny and it can get you really invested in it and the whole world, and there's like the whole world is really well created with a bunch of heroes in a society, and everyone wants to sort of fight these monsters and do good, and there's like different classifications. Don't know if that's further on in it than obviously the first one, but I'm so excited to read this one. Guys, you have no idea how sad I am. I just filmed the rest of this video and my camera shut off, so here we are. So challenge number 5 is to read a graphic novel set in a different country. So for that one I'm going to go with Beowulf, because this has been on my shelf for about 8 years now. 8 years. I picked it up because I saw the really crap film with Ray Winston and Angelina Jolie in it, and that weird CGI, sort of not CGI thing that they did, and I just, that was weird. but I actually wanted to read it, and I thought this would be kind of a really cool way to do it. And, you know, I can finally mark this as read, instead of just marking it as shelf space. Challenge number 6 is to read a graphic novel with blue on it, and for that one I have chosen Odyssey. So obviously, as you can see, there is blue all over this cover. And honestly, I don't really know much else about it. I actually went round to my friend Jo's house and was looking at her graphic novel selection just specifically for this readathon, and she showed me this, and like the cover caught my eye, and then she like gave it to me. So I did like a little flick through of it, and ooh, maybe not that page because that's quite gross, but the colours in this are just so beautiful and vibrant. They just sort of had me, and I was like, this is the perfect book for this challenge. So I'm going to be reading this one. It's basically all I know about the actual content of the book is that it is Greek mythology and sci-fi. So 2 things that are guaranteed to make me read a book. Challenge number 7 is to read a humorous graphic novel, and for that one I'm going with I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young. So this graphic novel is about a young girl who goes to Fairyland, and then she can't leave Fairyland. So she's been there for 30-ish years in the body of a young girl, and naturally her mind is aged and she's become a bit twisted. And I think she goes on a little bit of a murdery spree. Awesome. Okay. When I first heard about this, I heard about this on the Fritz's channel, and she just made it sound so great, and it sounded like it was right up my alley, and it sounds like it will really make me laugh, to be honest with you. The premise really made me smile, so I hope the rest of it can continue to do so. Challenge number 8 is to read something from a host TBR. So for this challenge I'm going to be reading The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That is actually from April Serra's TBR, and to be honest, the main reason that I'm picking this up is because it's really cheap on Kindle, and I actually want to see how graphic novels appear on my Kindle and see if it's something that I'm going to be interested in the future. So I'm kind of using this as I'm using the rest of the readathon to really see where I can go with graphic novels and manga and comics and stuff like that. I want to see how that unravels and the different opportunities I have to read more of this, because my main problem with graphic novels has always been because they've been really expensive, but if reading them on a Kindle is a feasible way to do it, then I'm definitely up for that. So I'm going to try it out with this book and see what happens. Challenge number 9 is to read a graphic novel with a cuddle buddy that features animals. That little last caveat is something that I accidentally missed off of the announcement video, so if you do it with just a cuddle buddy, if you do it with a cuddle buddy with animals, then either way is fine. So the book that I'm going to be reading for this one is Mouse by Art Spiegelman. This book is set in World War II, and it basically replaces certain people and groups of people with animals. So the Jews are mice, the Nazis are cats, and it'd be really interesting to see how that's done. I say interesting because it's not going to be enjoyable, because the Second World War was like extremely harrowing, and obviously the contents of this book aren't going to be particularly pleasant. It's going to be interesting though. I have had this book on my shelf since last Christmas, and I basically spent the entire gestation period of a human baby waiting to read this book, waiting for this readathon, and it's finally here, so I'm very excited to actually read it. Also, here's my cuddle buddy. He's not very cuddly right now, he just wants to kill me. So, basically, I don't know how much I'm going to get him to sit still, particularly as I think, oh my god, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get him to sit still throughout this readathon. So I'm going to have to get some sort of cuddly animal and sit with that. Yeah, because he's probably going to be running off being outside and a grown-up cat by then. Because teenagers, eh? Teenagers. Challenge number 10 is to read 10 graphic novels, manga, or comics. So, take your pick. I actually have 2 here because I'm not sure what I'm going to be in the mood from, and I'm actually not sure if one of them is going to have arrived, so if you want, you can use this one as a bonus one. So the first choice that I have is Valerian and Laureline, Land Without Stars. This is a very, very tiny, tiny comic. I don't know if you've seen the film Valerian, but it's basically a sci-fi thing that partly inspired Star Wars. It's very dated because it was written in the 60s. I do have to point that out because my friend also lent me this one, and she has said, yeah, it's not so great with the representation of women. So we'll see. It depends how much time I have, probably, if I read this one or the other one. So the other graphic novel that I have, Cooper, could you not? You're in a bag. Why are you in a bag? So the other option I have for my 10th book is actually Volume 1 of Attack on Titan. Because, like One Punch Man, I am ridiculously in love with Attack on Titan, because... So I kind of figured I'd want to read that one as well, and who knows, maybe I'll read all of them. There are quite a few chunky graphic novels in here, but I don't know. I think I can do it. Fingers crossed. I hope I can do it. So that's actually it for my TBR. I really hope that you're planning to join us for the Get Graphic With It Readathon. You should definitely go and check out the other host TBRs, which I will link down below. Because if you want to take part in the Get Graphic With It Readathon, then one of the challenges is to, you know, pick something from our TBRs, so go crazy. And if you don't actually want to read anything from any of our TBRs, then go wild. Pick something different. Be free. Yeah. So before I head off, I just want to recommend 2 videos which have been put up on YouTube recently, which will definitely help if you're lacking inspiration and trying to find some graphic novel and manga recommendations that should be really good. So the first one is Jesse the Reader. He's recently put up a graphic novel sort of recommendations video, and the second is Cats and Camera, who has specifically made this video after we'd announced Get Graphic With It Readathon, so thank you so much for doing that. That is amazing, and you guys should definitely go and check out her channel because she's great. I definitely have taken many of those recommendations, as weirdly a lot of them were on my TBR before I'd even seen that she'd done that video, so she's got some great taste, and definitely head over there and check her out. So I really hope you'll join in with us. The Readathon runs from the 1st to the 7th of October. We'll be here all the time. If you've got any questions, please let us know. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!